Hey, what's going on? My name is Ben Atkins and
Tabitha Thomas.
welcome to the AdLab blog. Today we're going to be breaking down a very cool funnel. It's about a phone case, and not just any phone case, a very cool phone case that I picked up that does some things that I've never seen a phone case do before. And it all was shown to me on an ad, and that's the ad and the funnel that we're going to show you. So, ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do it. All right, so what we've got here is we've got this is not the actual ad, this is, I saved this because it was a video and I wanted to make sure we could get back to it, but you're seeing pretty much the ad text that came with this. It says the Megaverse anti-gravity case is a revolutionary smartphone case that sticks your phone to a variety of surfaces. So imagine this is probably 2 in the morning. I'm up working and I'm scrolling through Facebook and I see this video, and great right out of the gate video material as it first hits because they're sticking it on Windows, and right away I'm like, okay, what's this with a bottle opener? No, what? So at first, what's so effective about this is you get to watching this video.
So before you start there,
Sure.
What made you push on that video?
There was nothing that I had to push on because as it scrolled by, it was playing.
Started. Okay.
There was no volume, but it was interesting to me. And at first, I'm like, oh, it's a sticky phone. So you stick it to a thing, and like, how are you going to get it off then? After, because it's, obviously it has to be sticky enough there. But then real quickly, like, I see this part of the video, and this is what's so crazy. I see the part of the video that nano suction material. So I'm thinking suction, that doesn't look like suction. There's no suction cups.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? And then I see them pulling it off the surface on this video because I stop.
Yeah.
I see them pulling off and then putting on these weird, bottle opener. And like, I'm not interested in this at all, by the way, the bottle opener.
Yeah.
But the fact that you can pull stuff on and off is really interesting to me. So right away, I'm like, this is something that I want. Because we shoot a lot of video.
Lots of video.
And it's always hard. Like, if you were to turn the cameras around, you would see all the crazy things that we do.
We should take a picture of all this.
To actually, we'll take a picture somewhere. But you would see all the crazy tripods and things that we use to actually get video. So I'm like, what happens if I can stick this to almost any surface at any time? That's going to up our game right away. Anyways, I'm like, well, it probably doesn't work the way they think. The way that I think or the way that they say it's going to, but it's worth digging into. So we'll get to the funnel in just a second. Let's actually look at some of this targeting stuff that shows why we did it. Now, this is so great. I mean, this is, if you have a phone case company, it's pretty much wide open because it's so simple.
Yeah.
One of the reasons you're seeing this ad is because we think you may be in the iPhone 6 audience. That's exactly my phone.
That's what you have.
Yes. And these are some of the things that actually happen when you install the Facebook app on your phone through the App Store or whatever.
It registers what kind of phone device
so
you use.
They do a decent setup with that. Now, they're also targeting people 16 to 45 who live in the United States. Okay, so super simple. That's why I'm in that audience. I have an iPhone 6. I live in the United States, and I'm 16 to 45. So we go through this video, and I actually watched this video a couple times because I just think it's really well made. And then we're taken to this, which this is interesting. Notice that we're not taken directly to the product page.
No.
So what does happen is the highlight here is their main product. So if you look at all of these things, the thing that really jumps out at you the most is this thing over here on the left. So what you're going to notice is, you get on this site, you're seeing, like I said, this is sticking out the most. But then you're seeing these little things pop up in the corner, and you see these show up on a lot of Shopify stores.
Yeah.
And the reason you see these things actually show up is because it's an app. There's actually several people that have apps where it looks at your sales and it pops it up in the corner. It says someone here in this place just bought this, and it'll say like an hour ago, and it actually looks at your sales and it will do this. So what's so cool about this is there's social proof that other people are buying this and you're not crazy.
Yeah.
You're not the only person that thinks this is cool. So not only do I see this, but I see that they make other stuff. Now, a lot of times I would say, distraction is your enemy. But with this, it all sort of revolves around the phone. So I came here for the case. I see that the case is there. I know exactly how to get to the case.
Yeah.
Now there's this other stuff that I'm like, well, cool. I've at least been exposed to they have other things too. So because there's not so much overwhelm here, I'm on board. Especially
the design
since
is simple.
Yeah, the main product's right there. So another core thing here, as seen on the Today Show. And, cool, they got a Today Show spot. That's awesome. Not everybody can do that, but if you get it, use it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. So if we click in here, we go to Shop Now, we start looking at, sort of what we've got here. The anti-gravity case plus the wallet, the anti-gravity case, the mega pack. You have several different options about what you can go through and actually buy. And I think I just bought the anti-gravity case and a few of the backing things, but none of the, I didn't buy any of this stuff. I think I think I bought this one.
That one.
So, I come here.
Did you buy it because you were just curious about the product, or did you buy it because you're like, heck yeah, I want that?
I bought it because I wanted it.
Okay.
And I wanted it to work the way that they showed on the video. And it's $30, nothing that's going to,
if it sucks, it's no big deal.
If it sucks, it sucks, and so, we've got this, they've got the star thing below it. That didn't really stick out to me, but maybe somewhere subconsciously the stars did. But the fact that, you've got one or two that have not all the stars, that actually adds to the credibility. But there's still 4.5 star, you know. So anyway, so we click into this, and then it has us select options. So we select our phone. Now this is the one place where they almost lost me, because the ad was a iPhone 6 user, and then I had to, I didn't know at the time that's why I was being targeted. And I'll be real honest with you, I forgot what version of iPhone I had.
Oh, I started to say, if that popped up, I'm like, oh man, I gotta look.
No, and I absolutely had to. I had to go figure out
Yeah.
how to look up what version of my phone that I actually had. So I figured, but I wanted
Figured it out. Yeah.
But that was the one place where they could have lost me.
Yeah.
Because if I would have been distracted, instead of just a smooth purchase. So I figured it out, added it to cart, and went through sort of the process. So this is what I like. It's been added. Okay, so cool. Now what do I do next? Now this is dangerous. This is dangerous.
Because it doesn't take you anywhere. You've actually clicked on that, right?
I've clicked on it.
Okay.
Add to cart, and it doesn't take me anywhere. So this is dangerous because it doesn't really give you enough feedback that what happened. Now this is another point where they could have lost me.
Yeah.
So I come out of that and I look up and I'm like, okay,
it's in the cart.
I do see that it's in the cart, which is cool. So I'm able to go check out. But that's not necessary. If you're not super hip to how all this works, they may lose a sale there. Now that's something that you absolutely should be watching out for. So we put all our stuff in. This is your standard Shopify type checkout process. Nothing fancy here. But this whole process, there was 2 main walls. And if I had not really wanted this, I might have said, you know what? I've got to go back. So the good thing is I did want to check this out because it looked cool. They had great things happening at the beginning of the funnel. They had great social proof. They had a case that was stuck on a wall. I think their images,
great.
Yeah, just amazing. Whoever took these understands what people are looking for. And what I love about this is it looks like a wall. It doesn't look like a mirror. It doesn't look like glass. It looks like a
painted
wall.
Yeah.
And so that's what's so cool about it. Now, with this, of course, the first thing that I'm thinking is when I get it and put it on the wall. So that gets me excited about it, which is probably going to push me over the edge. Plus, like I said, you've got these little pop-ups that are coming down here.
Now, see, I'm the person that would distract me. I'm like, what is that? Where does that go?
Right. And so that's what's so interesting about this is there's all these little things that are happening on this that are very subtle, but then they've also got a few things that you're like, that's not great. But here's what's great. Somebody just bought this. I can actually click on it and go to the item. And so that's cool. And like I said, what I also love about it is if you wanted to check out more pictures, you can actually go through this a lot easier and just, hey, it's on my refrigerator now. There's some cool things. The other cool thing that I like is they give you really good pictures because of form factor. One of the big things that I hate about cases is when there's too much.
Yeah.
And so I have to have something that's very...
I don't put a case online because if it's too big, I'm like,
No. So I guess there was one worry that I had before, when I got to the checkout when I ordered this, is it was still going to be bulky, but the cool factor still took over.
Yeah.
So just sort of recapping on this, going back to the actual video ad, this is like a perfect example of what your video ad should look like.
Yeah.
What I think you have to sort of get away from with this is you have to get away from thinking that your video has to be this slick. This is a very slick video. They spent some money on this. But I think with something like this, and they probably didn't have this in the beginning, they probably had something that was very simple. I could have just watched someone walk up with the video, stick it on a wall,
And you've been sold.
and I'd have been sold because I've been like, that's exactly what I'm looking for.
So would you recommend for other small business owners to have the ad automatically be playing like they did?
The beautiful thing about Facebook video ads is they just do.
Oh, okay.
They just do. And
I thought
so,
there was an option there.
but the trick here is, and this, I'm glad you brought this up, the trick here is you've got to have something that within the first 2 to 3 seconds grabs someone's brain. And the thing here is you got to think, I'm scrolling, I'm doing 8 other things while I'm on Facebook. I'm not concerned with wanting to go buy something.
Yeah.
So something really has to grab you. And, you know, that's with an image too.
What was on the first of the video?
So the very beginning of the video, if we go back to it, it's the wall.
That, okay.
And it's, so this is glass. And so like that's still suction, but I'm like, well, their phone's stuck now.
It's not coming off.
Right. But then right away, they explain in the first like 2 to 3 seconds why it sticks to something. The second it says suction material, I'm like, well, that's not at all what I thought was going on. Now, it's fast, but like I said, I think where they really win is this first, I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to take video just like those 2 girls are doing. So that's what got me, and then, you know what? It's a short video. I'm going to watch the rest of it. So great use of a video. Like I said, they did a good job of, you know, stitching this together and putting it together. It looks pro quality, but really, the second they stuck it on something,
Sold.
I was sold. So, anything else about this one? No, I think that, you know, this is just a perfect example of a product really lending itself to the medium. They had a product, they were able to target very specifically based on the product, and then they had something that was very easy to walk through. You know, you watch some of those guys with the infomercials, you know, and sort of what they go through. You have to have a product, if you're going to do an infomercial, that very easily you can display what it does. Like in seconds, you can display why it's different than everything else out there. And that's what this product actually was good for. So
They did a great job.
yeah, they really, really did. And this is probably one of my favorite ads that's led to a Shopify store, because there was no, oh, I'm going to buy this because we do funnel reviews.
Yeah. No.
This was, I'm buying this because I want it.
Yeah.
And this is great. So what we're going to do, if you are a member of our premium AdLab Mastermind, we're going to go through and I'm going to show you more about this case and sort of what it does, as well as give you links to the inside of this funnel, so you can go check out all the pages and you can check out sort of how all this, you know, whole thing works.
Yeah.
So that's what you get on the inside. Oh, by the way, you also get access to all of the other extended funnel reviews that we do on the inside when you become a member of AdLab, plus a whole heck of a lot of other stuff, which you can read about when you click below.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and hope that we get to see you on the next one, and we hope that we get to see you inside of AdLab, where you'll get to see all the extended cuts of everything that we do with our funnel reviews. So we'll see you on the inside.